We're joined on the phone now by the head coach of the El Paso Chapin Huskies. It is Coach Rene Hernandez. Coach, how are you?
I'm doing well.
How are things out in El Paso?
They're going well. They're going like we would like for them to be going at this time of the season.
They the Huskies, of course, 8-1. They have rattled off 8 consecutive wins, looking excellent. Coach, at what point this season, or maybe in the off season, did you think, we've got a chance to do something special here?
I tell people all the time, I don't know if they believe me, but I thought I saw it in the off season, just the commitment by our kids. In the summer, our first day of summer workouts, including volleyball girls, we had 150 working out.
Goodness.
And that was pretty much the number that we had most of the summer. Incoming freshmen, like I say, also other sports, we put them all through our workouts. But we had quite a few that committed to what we were doing and believed in what we wanted to do.
It's Coach Rene Hernandez of the El Paso Chapin Huskies joining us on DCTF Live. Get involved in the conversation, hashtag DCTF Live. And Coach, the guy that everybody is looking at out there, your outstanding wide receiver, Brandon Bullitt. He's having a phenomenal year, just a special talent. From your perspective as a coach, what is it about Brandon that makes him so special?
It's a combination of size, speed, football intelligence. He's a good-sized kid, and people don't think he's as fast as he is. So he's either going to catch it over the top of you, or if we throw it underneath, it's going to be a chore bringing him down.
He is something special out there. I've been very impressed with just his explosiveness. It seems like anytime he touches the ball, he's got a chance to score. But, of course, you've also got a guy who's got to throw to him, and Matthew Casteel,
Right.
A guy who had some limited action last year but has stepped in. And it looks like your offense, even with a new quarterback with Matthew, it seems like they haven't missed a beat.
No, not at all. Matthew waited his turn. He learned from good quarterbacks ahead of him, Leandre Williams last year and Seth Gonzalez the year before. He was very patient, absorbed everything, took everything in, and he was pretty much ready to take over. Spring ball, he had a great spring last May, and he stepped in and has done an outstanding job for us.
This is Coach Rene Hernandez of the El Paso Chapin Huskies joining us on DCTF Live. And, Coach, the other aspect of your team that's been so impressive has been your defense. And it seems like after your opening week loss, your opening week loss to a very good Eastwood team in which you guys still played excellent defense, it seems like something woke up in your team. What did you tell your team after that loss to Eastwood?
Not to get their heads down. They played an excellent game. We did everything we wanted to that night. We just couldn't put the ball in the end zone. We 6 times inside the 10-yard line, inside the 20, red zone, and we scored twice. But our defense played an outstanding job, gave us every opportunity to win. I had them keep their heads up, keep playing with passion, keep flying to the football, and they pretty much believed. Of course, we start 8 underclassmen on our defensive side, so it was their first time tasting varsity competition, and they grew up, and they've been growing up every week since, trying to get better, learning, doing what they need to do, and working hard, which has really benefited us.
You mentioned how young your defense is. One of the few seniors you guys do have is your outstanding linebacker, Tomas Mancinas. How important is he from a leadership perspective? Not just, obviously, he makes a lot of tackles. How important is he from a off-the-field perspective?
Well, he's a coach on the field for us as well as off the field, in the weight room, in the off season. He gets people going. When he speaks, the rest of the team listens. He's got that leadership. He's got that voice to be able to command respect. He's earned it, and it's everything. He leads by example. He works hard in the weight room. He works hard in the classroom. And it carries over to the football field, and the kids respect that, and they love what he does, and they really look up to what he does and how he does it, and everybody kind of follows along, especially on the defensive side. But he talks to everybody, no matter what side of the ball you're on. He leads both sides, and he's a pleasure to have. We missed out on him last year. He missed out the last 4 or 5 games with an injury. Worked hard to get back, and it's paid off.
The other aspect of El Paso high school football is you guys tend to, when you get in the playoffs, there hasn't been a ton of success breaking through the teams, other teams in Region 1. Of course, last year, Canutillo breaks through, goes all the way to the state semifinals. From your perspective as another coach in El Paso, is that something you use as motivation to your kids to say, yeah, see, those guys down the road did it, we can do it too?
Oh, of course. Everybody, Canutillo set the bar high. Everybody was trying to win that third round game. Canutillo did and surpassed that. So it's something that we all look at. It's something that we want to do. At this point in time, we want to do more than any Chapin team has done, and we've had success here. But like you say, once we get out of town, nobody sees what we've done. Nobody really is impressed. So we got our work cut out for us. In town, we've taken care of business. Now we've got to find a way to break through and do something good toward the rest of the state of Texas, in our region especially, to begin. But what Canutillo did was very impressive. Everybody kind of looking to see what they did, how they did it, following along, and taking it from there. Hopefully we can do something and get going here in the playoffs.
One last question, Coach. Coach Rene Hernandez of the Chapin Huskies joins us on DCTF Live. I don't know if you know this, but El Paso's kind of way out there. You guys are a bit out of the way. For folks who have never been to a Friday night game in El Paso, give us a sense of what the Friday night atmosphere is like out there at a Chapin game.
Well, first of all, that is an understatement. We are way out here. Yes. People anywhere else think, not sure whether we're in New Mexico or Texas. But Friday nights here are big. We have schools here, and I don't know if anyone else in the rest of Texas realizes we actually have a school that's about 3 miles to the west of us, and then another school that's 2 miles to the east of us, another school that's about 3 miles south of us. So we're all clumped together here, on top of each other pretty much. So on Friday nights, every game is pretty much a rivalry game in your community. So everybody gathers along school-wise, and they march over, they parade over to the games, and it's a big thing, and they make a big deal out of every game that you play. And we're spread out everywhere. There's 30-plus schools in our county, so there's games all over the place on Friday nights, and there's excitement all around the town. And it's big. Trash talk and bragging rights on Saturday morning every week.
As you do out there. He is Rene Hernandez, the head coach of the El Paso Chapin Huskies, joining us on DCTF Live. Coach, thanks so much for joining us, and continued success the rest of the way.
Wow, thank you guys for having me.